Hello, I'm Tammy Taylor, president of Tammy Taylor Nails. And today, Gisela Marti, my creative director, is here to teach you how to use my brand new product, Gel Art Paint. My new Gel Art Paints come in your 4 most important colors to take every nail design to the next level: silver, white, black, and gold. And I will be coming up with more new colors. And Gisela will be using all 4 of these colors in a beautiful design, and she will be teaching you how to use all the nail art brushes and the dotting tool. And Gisela, I'm so excited. The design is so beautiful. You ready to get started?
Let's get started.
All right.
Okay, so now that I have all my colors loaded in my tile, the first technique that I'm going to teach you is going to be the one stroke technique. And I'm going to be using my flat gel brush. I'm going to load one side of the brush with the desired color. You have to be sure that it's in both sides, as you see over here. I have one side, but not on the other side. So push to the other side so you have both. And now you're going to load the opposite side the same way. You want to be sure that you have the color in both sides. Now the position of the brush when you're doing this technique is going to be straight up. Once you have the brush in the right position, then you're going to mark to be sure where you're going and pull. If you want long, you pull long. If you want it rounded, then you can go back again, because the great thing of this technique is that it gives you a lot of flexibility. See, this is round. Let's do it again. I'm going to load again because I use a lot of the color. So load, be sure that in both sides I have the color. Again, I can place to be the center either one of the color that I want it to be on that center. In this case, I'm using silver gel paint for the center. Again, I'm gonna place and then I'm gonna pull. See how the brush opens so I can go to whatever is the direction. Back again, take paint if you need to take paint. Go to the center and do exactly the same thing. There you have the one stroke technique. Okay, now the next technique is going to be lines. And one of the best brushes for this technique would be definitely the long striper. This is our long striper. We're going to load the brush, and the way we're going to do it is by putting it almost flat into the paint. So I'm going to pass it slowly, dragging the paint. Go back again because I want to be sure that it has plenty paint, as you see. Once I have enough paint loaded on my brush, then I want to be sure that it's not too thick. So I go back, removing the excess of the paint. And this is perfect. Once I have it loaded and I'm ready to start, I'm gonna place the brush in an angle, and as I'm going on the line, I'm moving the finger of my client, creating that perfect straight line. Let's do it again. Again, take paint, take the excess of the paint, and place it on the desired area. Pull down softly, pull down. And if you see over here that I don't have enough paint, it's because I move it to the opposite side. I want to be sure that I have paint in both sides. Go back again, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You just go back again on the same path that you started it, and there is your perfect straight line. Now, but we also have swirls. And what we want to do is we want to create curves. The ball striper brush, clean it before you start. The bow striper brush would be the perfect for that. You see, it's shorter than my long striper. My long striper, the boulder is half the way, and it's a little bit thicker. So we're gonna use the bow striper, and I'm only going to take or load the brush just at the tip. See how small amount of paint I'm taking? Again, just dip it in there, but just at the end of the brush. And I'm going to start with my curve. Place it straight up, and then you're going to move it into the desired direction. Again, I'm gonna take a little bit more so I can have more paint as I'm going down. I'm gonna start on the same place right there, and then I'm going to curve as I'm going down. Again, if I wanna do it on the upper side, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm going to start with a small C. Then I'm going to meet right where I stop and then bring it down as you want it. That's some swirls. You can make S also with the bold striper. I'm gonna do it over here. Again, another C. Or it would be half of a C. And now I'm gonna bring it down as if we're an S and curve it right there. So the bold striper and the long striper would be your perfect brushes for lines and swirls. Okay, the next tool that I want to introduce is the detail brush. The detail brush is short and it has a beautiful point. When I load this brush, I want to load it in an angle, picking some paint, small amount, and I can do teardrops with it. So when I do teardrops with the detail brush, I just place it and pull. Again, just at the end, see? It's a small little ball at the end. You place it and then you pull. You can also, with the detail brush, you can do short designs. Like for example, in this particular case, I'm doing like an S, but I'm making thicker at the end. I'm making it thicker, so it's more detail. So this brush is beautiful for those tiny details at the spur of the moment, for those design of you that you want to add some finishing touches. Beautiful brush. Whenever you're cleaning it, be sure that you twirl, always twirl to keep that point sharp. The dotting tool is my next tool, and this is the easiest tool to use. It has two sides, and both sides has small balls. One is actually bigger than the other one, so you can get bigger details, and of course the small one for small details. So how do you load the dotting tool? Would be exactly straight up. You want to be sure that you have even amount of paint on the tool. Then you're gonna put some pressure and let it go. Don't drag it, just put pressure, let it go, pressure, let it go. If you want it to go smaller, then you keep touching until the paint almost disappear, and then you will have a gradual size of balls or dots. Let's use the other side. Smaller. So as you see, small dots, So the dotting tool is perfect for those finishing touches on your design. Okay, now that we have all the techniques and the tools, we're gonna put everything in one design in practice. So the first thing I want to do, I wanna use the stroke technique, and I want to be sure that my brush is completely clean. So I pat, flatten, so all the hairs are together. Again, I'm going to load my brush with my white one side, remember both, and silver in the other side. Be sure that both sides are covered, and decide what do you want it to be at the center. So I want the silver to be at the center, and I want to start right here. We're gonna do a very simple butterfly. Press so I know where I'm gonna start, and then I'm going to flat and drag all the way up. Again, I'm gonna go back and pick up some paint, white in both sides, silver in the other side, and I want to do exactly the same thing coming because I want the wing of my butterfly be completely wide. So back again in here, start with my white, and now I'm going to pat and flat and bring it completely down. Now look, my hairs, the hairs of the brush are open, so I want to be sure that I clean and I keep it all together for my next wing. So back again, load the brush on both sides. And now we're gonna go the opposite side. We're gonna go down and we're gonna curve. So start on the same center and flat and pull down. Again, load the brush, both sides of the white and the silver. So come on the silver side and bring down and all the way to the desired area. Now I'm gonna do my other two wings. Again, I'm going to clean. I'm gonna load my brush, white in both sides, silver in both sides. And I'm gonna start, figure out first which is going to be the center for the body of the butterfly, and then you can place your brush guiding it to where the wing is going to be, and the wing is going to be right there. Again, I'm going to keep loading. If I need paint, and bring it down. The fourth wing, the upper fourth wing, load both sizes. And I'm gonna go, okay, figure it out. On this particular case, I'm gonna move it, move the finger of your client, and silver in the center. So it would be from here. See how I'm flattening and I'm pulling it. Again, silver in both sides. Load your white. Back again, and I want it wider. There we go. And I already have my 4 wings for my butterfly. Clean the brush. Okay, I'm gonna bring back my long striper. I'm gonna do a long line, just like we learned before. I'm gonna load it with black, and I'm gonna pass it through all the way down to be sure that it's loaded in both sides, but doesn't have so much paint. So pass it again. Position the brush right on the center. Start over here by moving that point, so that's your starting point, and then drag all the way down. All the way down. that's the body of your butterfly. I'm gonna bring the dotting tool and I'm gonna put the head and I'm gonna bring some dots right on the center to create the full body of the butterfly, as long as I want it to be thick. Clean the dotting tool. And as you notice, I have not cured the product yet, because the great thing of the gel art paints is that they will move. So it will give you enough opportunity for you to work the design. And I'm gonna come over here and I'm going to outline my wing with more color. Outline. Giving that perfect shape. And the bold striper would be the best tool for you to do this. Again on this side. There we go. My last detail before it goes to the lamp would be using my detail brush. And I'm gonna take the gold, I'm gonna add some gold, small amount on the tip, and I'm gonna come on each wing and I'm going to place and pull. Again, place and pull. Do the same thing over here. I'm gonna place it and I'm gonna pull. Just to give that gold detail, place and pull. Place and pull. And my open wing, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna place and pull. Just creating a small teardrop, place and pull. Clean the brush. Now my design is ready to go to the lamp. I'm gonna cure. If you use a UV, cure for 2 minutes. But if you're gonna use the Mighty Mini from Tammy Taylor or any LED, you will have to cure for 1 minute. Okay, now that my design is completely cured, I'm going to seal it with my Flawless Finish. Okay, now that my design is completely cured, I'm gonna take my wipe it with my Clean It solution, and I wanna be sure that it's clean completely. Here is the finished design. But as I see my design, I see that it's missing a couple of things that I forgot to do when I was designing it. So what I'm gonna do, even though that is completely clean, I'm gonna add those details, because one of the great things of the art gel paints is that you can design over top coats. So let's do it. I'm gonna take my bold striper, I'm gonna take a little bit of the black, and I'm gonna bring some long drops over here on the sides, right there. I'm gonna bring some on the other side, the same way. Place and pull. Place and pull. I think I want some white ones on the bottom. The same way. And a small size amount of the paint. And place and pull. On the other side, the same way, place and pull. Let's put 2 more over here. I like 2 more long. Place and pull. Place and pull. Let's add one on the center over here. Center of the body of the butterfly, and on the other side the same way. Place and pull. Now this is looking better than before with those small details, but I still have to add some more details on the wings. So what I'm gonna do is over here, bring on the inside of the wing, a very thin, very thin line just to bring or to emphasize the beauty of the wing. The same way over here. Put it all the way down. And finally on the other one. You know, there's something else of this art gel paint is that once it's cured and sealed, if you bring on top of whatever line you did before, it will give you a three-dimensional look. And I love that three-dimensional look. So I'm gonna go back in here and I'm gonna go over the shape of my wing to create that three-dimensional look that is going to make this design awesome. So go back again and be sure that I can see those details completely. Now place it in here and put it. Now on my butterfly, I should have put some antenna and I didn't, so I'm gonna do it. The antenna. You can make it simple or you can twirl them, and if you twirl them, this brush is awesome to do those tiny twirls. Now I think that my butterfly is completely finished, so I'm gonna cure again. If you're using UV, for 2 minutes, but if you're using LED and the Mighty Mini from Tammy Taylor, then you cure for 1 minute. Okay, here is my finished design. And as you know, this is completely cured. I did not have to wipe it again with my Clean It and the Wipe It, because the great thing of these paints, they have a non-tacky surface. So I can pass my finger through it, and all the final details that I created at the end, they become kind of three-dimensional.
And remember, at Tammy Taylor Nails, nails are always fun and never feels like work.